Reverend Amiri Hooker, a local pastor at Wesley Chapel, United Methodist Church in Lake City, South Carolina. The United Methodist Church calls for a vision of a beloved community founded on economic and racial justice, and includes strengthening voting rights as our discipline of the United Methodist Church suggests that that's what we should do. And our church believes in calling leaders and holding leaders accountable to a free election for all persons, and all leaders, red, blue, or even purple, should make sure that all citizens have a right to vote. And that's what we believe in. My church for years has organized Soul to the Polls, has provided water and food for polling places, has given people, just because our congregation believes in the right to vote. Voting rights impacts me directly because I want legislators and I want persons running for office that have been duly elected by the people to do the work for the people. They will not vote against the people, but will vote for things like healthcare. Will vote for things, right now we're suffering through a second round of COVID in our family. And I'm tired of legislators not doing the right thing. As we celebrate this weekend the life and legacy of Martin Luther King Jr. in the coming days, we have an opportunity and responsibility to continue the journey for justice, for which so many have fought, have died, have sighed, and worked for. South Carolina, our legislators, they need to do right. And nationally, it's not about a party. It's not about holding party line or using a coward filibuster. What it's really about is letting every citizen be represented and heard. And in all honesty, I think voting rights can go even further than the current legislation. I don't see why I can vote for the America's Top Best model, and I can vote for the next singer, but I can't use my cell phone to vote for my elected officials. It's time that we got out of last decade, moved forward into the future, and allowed every citizen a right to speak up and to vote. I'm writing a sermon right now on voting rights for tomorrow, for Sunday. I'm excited about what God is going to do, but I need my legislators to follow God, follow the will of people, and let America vote.
We welcome you to the launch of the Mass Poor People's Low Wage Assembly and Moral March on Washington, D.C., June 18, 2022.
And we need to do it with the biggest actions possible.
Because we know the only scarcity is the moral will to do what's right.
Veterans across this nation say enough is enough.
My voice is just as valuable as anyone else's.
We need the third Reconstruction.
We have an immoral system run by immoral people.
But together we fight.
And we become an agent of change.
We're rising up to demonstrate the compelling power that we, poor and low-income people, have to reconstruct society from the bottom up. It's time for a change!
We are people of resilience.